I'm meeting a couple buddies. They all got new bikes. We all started on smaller bikes, and I don't know if we've graduated or more gravitated towards the bigger adventure bikes.
Welcome to Motos, Cades, and Coffee.
Hey guys, Andy from Motos, Cades, and Coffee. Good afternoon. I'm about to take my Pan America for my first road trip. I got about 270 some miles on it. I'm totally digging on it. I've gotten quite a bit more feel. I can't wait to get you some more thoughts. So I've had about 40 miles today, actually about 80 miles today, and I'm gonna go ride another 200. I'm gonna go up to Baltimore, then head up to head over to Frederick, Maryland. I'm meeting a couple buddies. They all got new bikes. One got a Tenere 700, a Tenere 700. Another one got an Africa Twin. Another one got a KTM Adventure 790. We all started on smaller bikes, and I don't know if we've graduated or more gravitated towards the bigger adventure bikes. So we're gonna go check them out. We'll go for a ride. We'll see how they go, and I'll give you my thoughts. So let's head on. I want to give you a couple of my initial thoughts. I have 200 and let me see. Oh, that's cool. All right, I have 279 miles on my motorcycle right now, and there's a couple things that I can tell you that I felt that was different from my test ride that I'm learning. This is a very nice touring motorcycle. I didn't realize how nice a touring motorcycle it was. That was different from the test ride. And you probably hear the navigation in the background. This is actually my first time using the Harley app for pure navigation. Usually I have it up and running just so I have the map, and then I have Waze or Google Maps or something like that in the background, or Apple Maps. But I'm actually using the Harley app. You're testing it out. So I get into the home screen and the buttons and all that soon. I want to save that for a full review, but just my initial thoughts. This was a much better touring motorcycle, and I thought wind protection's pretty good. The buttonology, it only took me less than a day to really get familiar with where everything is. I'm not really looking where the controls are. They come very naturally. So everyone who's like, oh, the buttons are too much, not for me, man. Yeah. Sorry, there's the nav going in the back end from there. Anyway, so it's not overwhelming, and I got it. It comes pretty natural. The wind protection's pretty good on the torso, and there's like a couple different settings for the windshields, and it is one-hand operable. Oh, hello, traffic. One-hand operable when you're riding. It's totally easy to do, but when you put it in all the top position, it actually bends back and curls back towards you and actually gives you more wind. So I'm not a huge fan of that. If you want the most wind protection, you actually don't, or helmet protection, you don't put it all the way back up. You leave it somewhat down a little bit so the wind goes above the helmet. That being said, if I really stretch out, I'm 5'9" in a little bit, I can somewhat get a little bit of helmet noise when the windshield's in the very top setting. So I have to crouch down a little bit. That's okay, because the bars are, believe it or not, a little more forward set than you would think for an adventure touring bike. But what that does, it makes it a phenomenal sport tourer. This really is the best sport tour I've ever been on, even though it's an adventure tour. This really handles so great, and the bar position and the weight on the bars and the straight out leverage on the bars is really good, and you can really handle the bike. It's not the most flickable or agile, but it's pretty flickable and agile for its size, but it's extremely stable. And when you're getting on that power and using all that 150 horsepower, man, these bars are really good, and right off the bat you can all lay it down, and I have no question that you could scrape a knee on this. It feels that stable and planted. Fantastic job. So this is a much better sport tourer machine than I would have thought. I've had Yamaha GTS 1000 and FJ 1200s and CBXs, and just on all those, this really handled way better than all those bikes. In fact, the leverage and the flickability remind me of my 2018 lowrider that I had set up for handling. So that's really cool. All right, that's all I'm going to say for now, and we'll go meet up with these other guys.
What up? What up?
And there is what people do all day long. It's a rat race, everybody, a rat race. I don't know who won that. Hey, who won? Me?
I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
I killed it. It died. All right, chasing a Adventure 790. Going a little bit twisty roads, beautiful countryside out. Really nice. Definitely take advantage of the Pan Am's sporty side. It can be a ripper, it can be a round town hooligan, and it definitely can take these sweepers, and it's really solid feel to it. I like it a lot. Alright, I got my buddy Nick riding my bike. I'm riding his Tenere 700, which I do love. This is a nice bike. It's very agile and flickable. Oh, I can't catch him. Yeah. Nope, look at that. He's just pulling away from me. But don't get me wrong, this bike is super stout. Oh, he pulls right by me. Oh man. That was fun. Tenere does pull. Does it feel about 100 pounds lighter than the Harley? Yep, no joke. Woo, well, my crew left me, drinking a Coke. I got 20 miles more to go. I have to turn around because I gotta get going home. It was a beautiful ride. I'm gonna head on back. We'll see how it does on the highway, perhaps. Maybe I'll take the back roads back. Let's see. Let's head on out. All right, this one's for me. Let's go. Let's see how she goes. Sport mode. So stable. So stable. Well, I can say this. The faster you go, the suspension tightens up so amazing. This is a game changing. I'm getting ready to come on home. Had a really good day. A lot of fun riding. A couple different motorcycles. Got to see my motorcycle ridden. I really think I've come to appreciate the sport touring nature of this motorcycle. It's really cool. I'm a little bit cranky in my neck. I probably put 120 miles on today. A little cranky in my neck. It's just because I'm leaning over. More so than I am on a normal adventure bike. But it does make it more sporty. The ride modes are great. I was in sport mode most of the day today, and I can confirm, just even at absolutely bonkers speed, the bike becomes so stable and the active suspension works fantastic. You cannot disrupt it and you don't feel uncomfortable. Harley claims 137 mile an hour top speed with passenger and pillion rider and bags. I absolutely believe that. I absolutely believe it's completely stable. Other bikes are more agile, but this one definitely held its own more than its size would have you expect, and it was one of the most stable bikes I've ever ridden for its size. So that's going to do it for me. We'll get more of a full review, but that was just a fun day. A little bit of hooning up, a little bit of hot dogging. A lot of my friends got to ride a few motorcycles, different types, and had a good time. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Enjoy your Pan America. Enjoy whatever motorcycle you ride.